Okay, we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a great start to your week so far. Thank you so much for joining me. For those of you who are new, I am Hannah. I am a women's mindset and emotional freedom coach. And what I do is I help women go from feeling stuck, overwhelmed, anxious, out of their power, feeling like a victim, and I activate them to step into their divine, feminine, beautiful goddess power to really manifest and create the life that they want intentionally and with ease, to let it be easy. So that is me. That is what I do. But they are playing paths. As you catch this, guys, let me know if you're catching the live or the replay. Say hello down in the comments so I can see who's watching and say hello back. And what I want to talk about today is a common theme that is coming up a lot. And I think it's interesting because we're in a Mercury retrograde right now. And when Mercury's retrograde, it allows us to revise. It allows us to take a look back at what's been going on, what are these patterns and energies I'm holding, and what would I like to revise? What would I like to do differently? Because we know until we change, nothing in the outside can change, right? Everything that's showing up in the outside is reflecting back to us what's going on inside. And I know that when we slip into these patterns of feeling like we're stuck, it's because we're not realizing that we're at cause, right? We're blaming the situations and the people outside of us, which is understandable because it feels really real, right? It's manifest in the physical, it feels real. But there comes a moment, there comes a time where you have to peel your energy off of what you can see, taste, touch, smell, hear. You have to get your energy out of the senses and really tune into your own inner wisdom, that third eye, right? Your inner wisdom, your inner guidance. And so I'm going to share a little bit of this with you guys today. I see some people hopping on live. Say hello so I can say hi back and see who's here. And actually, after this, I'm not going to be doing it in this video. I'm going to do it over in my group. I'm going to be doing a reading to further bring through more messages. So if you're not in my group and you would love to join us, we would love to have you. Radiant Goddess Revolution. We've done some awesome readings in there and also some trainings all about the things I'm going to be talking about today because it's all connected, right? The anxiety, the fear, the worry, the doubts, feeling like we're stuck, feeling like we're powerless to shift our circumstances. It's all lies from the ego, okay? So that's the message that wants to come through today, is understanding that feeling stuck is an illusion and we cannot shift it through our logic, right? We have to understand that our logic is what got us into the pickle in the first place, right? Because our logic is based fully off of past experiences. It's based off of what we can see already, and it's so limited to what we see. So I want you to think about, okay, your next level, whatever you think that looks like. I want you to understand that that is only based off of the tiny little bit of information you have based off your past experience and what you've seen other people create. You are so capable to create something that is so far beyond what you can even think about. And that takes faith to tap into that. And it takes really understanding that you're not stuck. If you are limiting yourself to your senses, then yes, you're going to remain stuck, because you're looking to what's manifested already around you. But when you want to get unstuck, when we want to get unstuck, we have to really tune within. We have to understand that we're not stuck at all. We have inner guidance that's available to us, but how can we access it when we're so frantic? We can't. When we're looking around and we're identifying that there's problems, well, we're just tuning into problems, right? We have to get into the energy of the solution, which is understanding that there is something bigger holding this all together, okay? And one of the ways I like to work my clients through this when they're having these moments of freaking out, of feeling like I'm stuck, I'm not supported, I can't figure it out, or I don't see a way, I get them back into their bodies, right? One, because we want to calm the nervous system. We want to get you out of that energy of anxiety. And I did a free training in my group all about anxiety, trying to understand this. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Claire. Thanks for joining. It's beautiful to see you guys today. So we did a free training all about how to identify anxiety, because like one of the biggest problems is that we don't realize we're anxious. And then I led you through in the training how to go deeper and understand what beliefs and what emotions are underneath it. Like what's the root cause of the anxiety, right? Because it's not just like taking a supplement and calming. We need to really understand what's going on so we can heal it at the root, at the cause, right? So what was I saying? Sorry, I got a little off track. My little doggy came out and let me read the comments here. Switching from fight or flight to parasympathetic. Yeah. Mercury retrograde, I'm not reading correctly, but yes, we need to calm the nervous system, right? So yes, this is what I was gonna say. We cannot access our inner guidance when we are frantic, right? And if we are looking to the things that we don't like that are manifested, which you're totally right in wanting more, right? You're totally allowed to want more. You can look at things that are going on and be like, yeah, I don't like this. I want to create something new. But if you keep your focus on that, you're not going to get in the energy of the solution, right? So first we need to calm. We need to remind ourselves that everything's okay. I'm okay. My senses are telling me I desire more. Perfect. Great. Good. I'm an infinite being. I'm a creator. I'm here to experience more. I'm here to always be evolving. Perfect. We've identified that. Now we need to emotionally detach from that, right? If we are staying emotionally attached to what's going on and we're focusing on what's already manifested and we're thinking about the past and we're trying to come up with logic for what we can create in the future, we're going to feel anxious. Like that's normal. That's a normal response to the limitations that we perceive. So in order to shift and break out of feeling stuck, we have to get out of the senses. And I really like to lead my clients through getting into their body. And when you're having a moment where you are having a hard time imagining that there is a force that can lead you, that there is something bigger than what you see, I just invite my clients to step into their body and really think, okay, there are trillions of cells that are coming together in each moment with the agreement to give you life, to give you this physical vessel. Do you understand logically how it's working? No. Do you understand how blood is pumping through your veins? No. We don't logically understand it. We like to think with science that we can pick it all apart, but even then, can you? If you go to the beach, I love going to the beach, I'm gonna go to the beach later. And you could sit there and try. You could use all your time and effort and work and heart and your logic to try to count every single grain of sand. Could you do it? No, you can't. So there's obviously something bigger available to us. There's obviously something bigger holding all of this into place. And we can't get in touch with that intelligence. That intelligence is within us, but we cannot get in touch with that when we're frantic. We can't get in touch with that when we are focused on there's something wrong and I need to fix it. We can't, right? You can only be in one state of consciousness at a time. You can't be in a poverty consciousness and an abundance consciousness at the same time. It's just not possible. Not here as a human in this duality, right? So we get to choose consciously, what am I going to tune into? So when we can relax, when we can get out of the energy of the problem and just relax and breathe and realize I actually have a beautiful guidance system within me. This guidance system that I don't fully understand how it works, but I get the feeling that it loves me. I get the feeling that it supports me because here I am, even after all the crap I put myself through, even after all the anxiety, even after all the self-sabotage, here I am. Like, I'm alive. I have a body. Here I am. I have this awareness. And I'm going to allow that internal guidance to give me my next steps. I'm going to trust that this internal guidance is infinite and it knows the solution. I'm going to get out of the arrogance of the ego that thinks that I've somehow created a problem that's too big to be fixed. And I'm going to instead line up with this intelligence within me that is not limited by time or space, that is not limited in any way. And the more I can sit with that, the more I can allow that beautiful intelligence within me to heal every area of my life. Is this resonating, guys? I see some more people hopping on. Thank you. It's nice to see you guys. Thanks for tuning in. So do you see how it's not logical? Do you see how the logic keeps us stuck? So the message for whoever is tuning into this today, for whoever this is resonating for, is with this energy right now, a lot of people are like, I feel stuck. It's not an opportunity. Well, you have a choice, right? You can say, oh no, here's this feeling of dread again. I'm stuck. I'm never going to figure it out. You can do that. That feels horrible. You know where it leads. It leads to exactly what you feel stuck in. Or you can, I would love to offer this beautiful reframe to you. You can say, all right, I'm feeling stuck. I'm willing to look at this differently. I am willing to surrender this whole situation to the divine intelligence within me that is infinite. I'm willing to look at this differently. I'm willing to surrender my need to figure it all out. I'm willing to surrender my logic. I'm willing to surrender my emotional attachment to everything that's going on. And I'm willing to tap into the infinite intelligence within me that has the perfect solution. And as you do that, one, you're going to feel calm, right? Because you're not carrying this burden of, oh, I made such a big mistake and now I need to figure it all out. The thinking you need to figure it all out, the thinking you're separate, the thinking that you're doing this all on your own is what caused the pickle in the first place. So obviously we cannot heal it with the same thing, right? I always say you got to go in with the medicine, which is the opposite. So you can't be in the energy of the problem and the solution at the same time. So the problem is overthinking. The problem is feeling like we're all alone. The problem is feeling isolated. The problem is feeling like we have to do this all on our own, struggle, work, suffering. The solution is literally the opposite of that. I'm not doing this alone. I don't need to figure it out. There are solutions far beyond what I can even comprehend right now. And I'm going to surrender the ego. I'm going to surrender my need to point out everything that's wrong. And I'm just going to calm down and get into the energy of the solution. And from that space, you will be given next steps. But I would also like to offer to you that it's also ego that thinks that, ooh, something I'm going to do is going to shift this. I firmly believe it's fully a surrender game, but we can work with our logical mind. We can work with our mind and be kind to it and kind of like disprove some of the beliefs, right? So the belief that I need to do this all on my own. Well, let's disprove that. Do you understand how your body's functioning right now? You might think you do, but really do you? We don't, right? So just use this as an opportunity to reframe wherever you're feeling stuck and surrender this. Let me read the comments. Claire says, when I feel stuck, I self-sabotage even more. Yes, because it doesn't feel good, right? It's literally like, I like to explain it like this. Goodness is flowing. Like whatever higher power you believe in, whether you believe it's God, whether you believe it's the universe, source, however you frame that, like we can't deny it. There's something going on that exceeds our logic, that is bigger than our logic, right? Oh my gosh, sorry, I totally forgot what I was gonna say. But like, I've totally lost my train of thought, guys. It's like the airplanes right now, I'm so sorry. But anyway, so we can't, let me just pick up what I think I need to say next. We understand there's something bigger than us. When we think that we need to figure it all out, it's stressful. Of course it is. It doesn't feel good. Let me get back to what you're saying about self-sabotaging. Yeah, okay, the goodness is always flowing. Guys, I swear the Mercury retrograde is really affecting me and my attention span. The goodness is always flowing, right? It's always flowing, right? You're just naturally breathing. You don't have to overthink it. Blood's pumping through your veins. The planets are not falling down. Like there's something keeping it all together. There's something that exceeds our comprehension. And I like to believe that that's always flowing. And if I could just let down my defenses, if I could stop trying to block this out because I somehow have bought into a belief that I'm not safe, the goodness would just keep flowing. It's not dependent on anything you do, right? And that's what will keep us stuck, because then we're like, oh, there's a mess, there's a problem, now I need to fix it. That's not the vibe. That's the vibe of being stuck. So I just invite whoever's tuning into this, whoever this is landing for, whoever this is meant for, that wherever you're feeling stuck, I invite you to get out of the energy of the problem and open up to the energy of the solution, and understand that you don't need to logically know it. You don't need to logically make sense of it. Just really calm down, get into your body, relax, and just surrender the logic and say, I'm willing to see this differently. Let me read this. Time to be calm and shift the monkey mind. Only we have the power to become. Okay, yeah. Sorry, it's not letting me see the whole comment. Yeah, we have to. Like, that's the only way. And for those of you who are doubting, I invite you to just really, really look at it. Has it helped you to be thinking you need to fix it? I'm sure whatever problem you feel stuck in, you have felt this for a while, like, I need to fix it. I need to find the solution. And I guarantee you it feels like it's evading you. So what's the worst that could happen if you would just sit still and relax? Because it's two very different vibes, right? It's two very different experiences. To, on one hand, be like, something's broken, something's missing, there's something I need to figure out and I can't do it, I'm doing this all alone. That's a victim vibe. The person who doesn't view themselves as a victim is like, oh, it's all good. It's always been good. Wonder why I haven't been able to see it. Let me surrender that. Let me be willing to see this differently, because it's all happening in the mind, right? Like, we literally cannot experience something in the outer that we are not experiencing inside. And ego will always try to tell you that that's not true, right? Ego always wants to argue for the limitations. It wants to say, but this happened in the past, and this is just who you are, and this is just who you're destined to be. And that's just not true. It's just not the case at all. Okay, guys. So that's what I have for you. That's what wanted to come through. I've noticed just in some of the groups I'm in, a lot of people, there's a common theme of feeling stuck. I've even been working through this on some levels for me too. Like, the work never ends, guys. So long as we're having a human experience, we're having this ego, right? And the ego always wants to, it's like the identity we form. It doesn't feel safe to change and expand. So every time you want to level up, doesn't matter how long you've been doing this, there's going to be the old identity that's like, nope, but this is who you are. Nope, but this is how it works for you. Nope, but you can't do that. It's not safe. And our job is to always get out of the way. And so one of the core beliefs that I have cultivated that has helped me shift this is choosing to believe that the goodness is always flowing, and that I get to stop blocking myself. I can put down my defenses. And the more I put down my defenses, the more I can let it in and trust that things are just naturally, good things are just naturally going to flow. And good things can come in the form of good ideas. Good things can come in the form of, oh, you asked for help and now here's someone who's appeared in your world who can help you, right? And then, or like our own inner guidance that will tell us our next steps, right? We have that inner guidance. But then think how much we get in our way, because then we start overthinking things, right? Like, maybe we really want to work with someone and they appear and we're like, oh, but I'm scared. Or you get the nudge to do something, you're like, ooh, but what if it doesn't work out, right? We just complicate it because the ego can't get around the fact that it's easy, that goodness is always flowing, that goodness is who you are. So wherever you're feeling stuck, I just offer to you the reframe that instead of getting wrapped up emotionally in these feelings of, oh my God, I'm stuck again, this feels horrible, here we go again, I'm never going to figure it out, I offer to you the reframe of, oh, this is interesting that this is coming up. This actually is an opportunity for me to shift this and get out of your senses, get into your feeling, connect with that inner guidance within you, because each and every one of us does have it, and be willing to see it differently. Ask to see it differently, because it's always a perception, right? It's just a perception. Okay, so that's what I have for you guys. I'm going to go in my group and we're going to pull some chakra cards and some goddess guidance to really pull through some additional messages as far as like how to actually embody this, right? Because it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to do it and actually live according to it, right? When we have that gap of knowing and doing, we stay stuck. So it's like, okay, we're opening up to this new knowledge. We're opening up to our inner guidance. How are we going to embody it? How are we going to integrate it? How are we going to do something different? Because if we keep acting the same, we're going to keep creating the same, right? All right. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. One other thing I would like to mention, I am so like not paying attention to this. So one thing I would like to mention too is I am leading a beautiful group program called Desire Queen. We're going to be starting in the beginning of July, and I've been announcing it in my group. I have not done a live yet on my personal page, so it kind of slipped my mind for a second. So let me share with you what it is in case any of you are interested and feel like this would be a good next step. So it's 6 weeks together, group program, live coaching with me, beautiful container of other women who are ready to rise into their power, because this is a big thing. You know how I'm talking about how when we're looking to the senses and it's not supporting where we want to go and we feel stuck. Well, it's very important when you want to shift to get in the energy of other people who are also going there. Otherwise, you're going to fall back into your current circumstances, which are reaffirming for you that you can't have what you want. You absolutely can. So it's going to be a beautiful container of women who are also ready to up level. 6 weeks together, live coaching with me to really integrate and embody this, to really help you break through, to set aside the doubts, set aside the fears, set aside the anxiety, and to really become one with your desires, to really embody the version of you who is able to receive her desires. Because I know if you're tuning into this, you don't want to play small. I know if you're in my world, you want it all. And we've been so programmed to think that it's wrong to want more for ourselves. We've been so programmed to think that Who am I to want more? And we have all these weird stories we've made about how people who have more aren't good, or it's not safe to want more, or I can't hold it, or whatever. And a lot of these stories are very, sorry if you can hear the loud airplane, a lot of these stories are very deep in our subconscious, meaning we're not aware of it. But here's the thing, results don't lie. So, look to your outer world right now. Mercury retrograde. Let's do a revision. Let's take an inventory and revise. If you don't like what's going on right now, or maybe you like it but it could be better, it's literally showing you what's you're holding subconsciously. I did a live training all about this. It's in my group too, so if you would like to join Radiant Goddess Revolution, would love to have you there. It's under the guides tab. We did a training a couple of weeks ago talking about your subconscious mind, because the thing is, so often, especially in the personal development community, right, this is an ego thing where we're like, I'm doing all the things, I know all the things, I'm studying, I'm consuming information, like obviously this stuff doesn't work because it's not manifesting for me. That's a lie from the ego. It's spiritual law. It's just a fact. Whatever we're holding inside is what we experience outside. It gets projected outside. So when we don't like it, what's showing up, even if we think we're doing all the right things, if we're not getting the results we want, it's a sign that there's something in the subconscious that's not in agreement with it. So that's the work that's difficult. That's the work where, I feel like individually we can only lead ourselves so far because we can only see what we can see, right? We've all got blind spots, and that's okay, right? But the idea is that in order to become the version of you who receives her desires, who is manifesting, who lets it be easy, who lets herself be supported, you have to step into a whole new way of being. You have to embody a whole new version of yourself. And she is in there, okay? We contain it all. We have the ability to act out of poverty consciousness, or we have the ability to act out of abundance and prosperity consciousness. It's all within you. It's a matter of what are you activating. It's a matter of, do you know how to access that, and what are you choosing to express? Okay, so Desire Queen is for the women who are ready to express a higher level version of themselves. They are ready to become the woman who receives it all. They are ready to become the woman who is not afraid of her desires, who doesn't have guilt and shame around them. It's for the woman who's ready to really do the inner work to align with her desires, so that she can experience it in the outside world. Okay, so if you have any questions about it, if you would like to sign up, let me know. It's on early bird pricing until the 21st, so it's $9.99. It's going to be going up on the 21st. We start at the beginning of July. I would love to have you join us if it feels aligned. So I can't believe I almost forgot to announce that. I swear sometimes with the Mercury retrograde, I'm just like, woo, all over, even if I'm doing my grounding exercises. So I'm going to head over to my group now to do a little reading to solidify this even more. And then I'm going to get outside and enjoy the day because it's beautiful and sunny. I'm going to go to the beach. So I hope this landed. I hope it resonated. I am sending you guys love from my heart to yours. It's been lovely to connect with you. Go do something fun. Go be out in nature. If you are feeling stuck, I want you to look at nature. Here, I have some nature right here. This flower. Is it stuck? Is it having a hard time expressing its most beautiful, radiant, divine perfection? No. And you, my love, have so much more ability than that beautiful flower. So there's no need for you to be struggling and suffering. And if you are having a hard time understanding that, go get in nature, go watch, go look for the beautiful divine perfection, look for the prosperity, look for the abundance. Choose to align with it. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I am sending you love. I will connect with you soon. Have a beautiful day. Bye.